Two. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. You already know what the fuck going on, man. It's the biggest podcast in the Carolinas, man. Carolina Active motherfucking TV. And today I'm honored, man. I'm honored. We got, somebody I came up around, somebody I got a little slight history with, you know what I'm saying, high school days, trailblazer, real entrepreneur, actor, model, commercials, trips, what you want to talk about, man. We got big Energy Eli in the building, y'all. Let's give it up.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So how you doing today, man?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I know I'm a little behind, but little traffic, little rain, but we made it.
So, hey, shit, it's all good. Yeah. Ain't nothing slid to a can of oil. You know what I'm saying? But so what I want to start off with, man, is just get a little bit about your early upbringing. A little bit about your home life. So tell me where you coming from with it.
Yeah, man. So like you said, man, we go back, a little bit of high school. But before I came to Raleigh, like I'm originally, like most of my family originally from Goldsboro. So
okay.
Yeah, so I got like them two worlds from coming from the country and then, coming up to Raleigh as well. But yeah, man, my upbringing, single mother, the same kind of like story. I mean, I knew my dad, but my mom and pop split when I was like mad young. But I'm the oldest out of me and my younger sister. And that's about it, bro. I used to just hoop, you know what I'm saying? And typical Raleigh kid, bro, wanna hoop. Chase ass. You know how that joke goes.
You know how it go. But coming up, while we still, at the crib with it, what was home life inside the house like? Was that you said single mom?
Yeah, single mom.
Okay, yep. So what age did your dad leave around?
Yeah, bro, I had to be like 3. I was young, bro. Like I just remember like little images of us like going, like taking me to like the daycare and like the park and little stuff like that, and then just getting a little older and just being like, damn, what pops? Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was like 3. And at that time, we was actually in Landover, Maryland, for a little bit. And then we moved back to NC. So it's crazy how I almost could have been a Maryland kid, but
Damn.
Yeah.
Bro moved around a little bit. Okay. And do you feel like pops leaving, you feel like that had any bearing on you like that? You feel like that kind of change your trajectory at all, or you feel like it would have been the same type shit?
I ain't gonna front. I think it did change a little bit. Like me and my bro was just saying on the way up, like I feel like a lot of areas, like definitely for hoop, like pops was around, a lot of stuff probably that I missed or people kind of got over on me, like as far as coaches and things like that.
Okay.
Like pops would have stepped in and been like, nah, we just gonna go here. Like I see what's going on.
Gotcha.
My mom can only do so much, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like definitely like a little void was there. But like I said, me and my dad got a good relationship now. But yeah, for sure, coming up, I think it definitely could have made an impact for sure.
For sure. So y'all didn't when that riff was created and moms was doing her best that she could, did y'all have some static energy during those years? You said y'all came back around. Like, was it a fallout?
Yeah, we had a period, you know what I'm saying? But that was more on me. But, that was just me being young. But as I kind of got older, I kind of realized, like, you know what? Like, and I think going through certain things in your life, when you deal with females, then you kind of see, like, all right.
Yeah, it makes sense now, you know what I'm saying? I
you know what I'm
see.
saying?
Yeah. Pops won't trip.
Right, pops won't tripping. I'm like, okay, I kind of see. So, I was like, you know what? Nah, man, I'm just thankful. I still have my pops around, you feel me? So I was like, nah, let me mend this relationship, you feel me? So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
And shifting from home life a little bit, school life, what type of kid was, Energy Eli in school, elementary, middle school days?
I'm gonna be real. Elementary, bro, I had a temper, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, I think a lot of that came from too, like my pops probably not being there. But yeah, man, I remember this one time in first grade, bro. I had used like what was it, like some type of marker on the table. I'm talking about I'm just spazzing, just scribbling on the table. The principal came and got me in front of the whole school, bro, and just made me wipe that joint off, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I had a temper. I threw a chair, all type of stuff, bro.
Damn.
But I was just reacting off of stuff I didn't realize until, I got a little bit older and I kind of realized, like, okay, that's why I was acting out. You feel me?
Nah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense, though. So shifting into high school, you feel me? I remember kind of more civilized, a little more calm Eli. So what went around do you think the shift happened, like? And what made the shift happen? What influenced that?
I think the shift came probably like 6th grade. Like I remember my mom, because I was getting kicked out of school probably in like 4th, 5th grade. I was still getting kicked out.
And like, what did you get kicked out for?
Say that again.
What'd you get kicked out for?
Cursing teachers out, all type of stuff like
Damn.
that. Yeah, bro. And just kind of like, I ain't gonna say running with the wrong crowd, but I was just like, it is what it is. So she had that talk with me like, hey, if you don't straighten up, this is where you can end up. Some people get it at an early age or later, but I got mine like 6th grade. Started making honor roll and could still be myself, but I still was like, nah, I'm gonna try to make something out of myself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that's when the switch happened, like 6th grade.
Sometimes it's, sometimes people only change for a traumatic life event. Like, if you get like shot or you get in some type of huge life event that'll make you turn your life around. But you say you ain't even have to go through the super traumatic. You just heard the words and that was enough for you to get the vision.
Yep. Because I wanted to hoop. So that just was like, all right, she ain't gonna let me hoop if I don't do good in school.
So early on, you thought you was going to be more so a hooper? Was that your plan to go to the league?
I can't lie. Yeah, definitely was my plan to go to the league. I mean, as far as I did make it, like semi-pro overseas in Spain, for like a season and a half. But I feel like, once again, going back to Pops, if Pops was there, that could have been Euro League. That could have been G League.
All that.
You know what I'm saying?
All that.
And
what happened with the all right, well, we gonna get there. We gonna get there, man. So with basketball and that path, as far as you got down that pathway was, you said the Euro League, but at some point in between this, you dived into acting and modeling.
Right.
So when did those get introduced?
I say the acting and the modeling really came about, and I move around a lot. So I moved to Florida for a little bit back in 2014. So I was down there near Miami and all of that, working down that way. And I just was like, yo, I'm gonna try to kind of get this a try. You know what I'm saying? People was telling me, like, you got the height, you should do this, you should do that. And at first I was like, I don't really know. It's a new territory for me.
Now, are you still, and is this a time you still thinking basketball is the go? Okay.
Yeah. So I think
so this modeling and acting is kind of some side suggestion.
And then it just blossomed from there. But I say definitely 2014 when I was down in Miami. That's when I kind of like, all right, let me kind of slightly take it serious. I'm still trying to hoop. I'm still trying to, like, chase this dream. But I'm like, all right, let me kind of look at this too, just in case, things don't go. Or it can still boost my profile. You feel me?
Got you. So what was your first little, breakthroughs in those worlds? Like, what kind of led you to taking those more serious? What was the because a lot of these things that we get into entrepreneurial things, it's a lot of footwork. It's a lot of and a lot of people don't make it because they quit. They might not like the footwork.
Right.
So what was the thing that made you stick with it? What was your first acting or modeling gig, or was it down in Miami? Was it what made you really stick with that field?
If I'm being honest, even though I didn't get the job, it was when I got an audition for the Giannis Antetokounmpo film that he had, the little Disney joint.
Okay.
So I had an audition I got from my agent at the time. I had got through, so I had an audition for his brother, the one that played for the Bucks with him.
Okay.
And then there was another role for like his first landlord. And for me to get, I think it was down to me and like 2 other people for like that last role. So I think that kind of showed me like, all right, I can really do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you can still, use a little bit of work, but I'm like, I got something to work with. So, and that was back in, I want to say it was like 2019.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah, 2019, just before the pandemic. So it was like, okay, that's kind of showing me like, okay, I really can take this serious.
So before 2019, was you making any headway? Was it making any noise, or was it just basketball?
Yeah, for the most part, it was still just more so basketball. I mean, I would definitely like stay in shape, get my headshots and all that, you know what I'm saying, as far as like new pictures and all of that. But like, as far as like waves and commercials and, the runway and all that, that hadn't really blossomed just yet on like a bigger scale.
Got you. So you said you also locked in with an agent now. Tell the people, for models or actors, what the importance of an agent is.
Yeah, the importance of definitely having an agent is they do all the footwork. You know what I'm saying? So like you the product. So you got to make sure, you know what I'm saying, skin right, body in shape, you groomed, all that stuff, you know what I'm saying, you looking good. Like that's the part you got to take care of. And obviously whatever lines you might have, if it's acting or whatever, with your agent, they take care of the contract. They take care of, okay, you got to be here at this time. Okay, you're going to finish at this point in the set, then you're going to be on this part. Like, they take care of all of that, and they take care of your pay, too, because, they got to get their cut, but the pay goes to them. They get their cut, and they give it to you. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. That's love, man.
Yeah.
So I see, continuing from the the 2019 when things start to rise, do you immediately start, did things start clicking from there? Is it a slow grind? Like, how is it going from those first couple gigs? Like, what's the trajectory like?
Yeah, I think 2019, after 2019, so I'll say probably like 2021, into 2020 because of the pandemic. That's
Right.
another thing. So, excuse me, I think my break could have came even quicker, but the pandemic put a lot of stuff on hold.
Got you.
So 2021 came, and that's when I made the move to London. And my bad, everybody, this happening all while I'm in the UK with the Giannis thing and everything. So yeah, so then I made the move to London, and London's like the New York of the UK. So I'm like, okay, that's when things really take off. I got an even bigger agency, you know what I'm saying? So things started really moving.
Got you. So we skipped somewhere. So we went from Miami to London. How we make that jump, my boy? Like
Yeah.
what?
So that jump came from back in 2016 when I got to go play semi-pro basketball.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
okay,
So that's
okay,
how I got
okay.
into Spain. Then from Spain, we ain't really gonna get into much of, how I got to the UK. Obviously, it was a woman, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna go too far into that. But
My boy had that 90-day fiance.
so we went from there, and then, that's how I ended up in the UK.
Okay. Nah, that's love. So, and you said with the film, with the Antetokounmpo film, tell me a
Yeah.
little bit about that. How did that come about?
Yeah, so like I said, my agent at the time in the UK, my first agent, she just put it together as far as, sending it out. She was like, I think you'll be a really good fit. And I'm not even gonna cap, like, it was so many people like trying to get that. Obviously, you like, yeah, that's cool, submit me, but I'm like, bro, come on, bro. Like,
Nigga tall as
you know
hell.
what I'm saying? You got people in the UK and the US trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, get this. So I'm like, ain't no way. But then when I got the second call back, and that's real big in that world. You get that call back,
Yeah, second time.
you know what I'm saying? That mean they like, okay, we like you. We want to see more. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? So that's how that really played out.
Got you. And is it like a film? Is the film like a documentary? Is it about the basketball player? Is it about his brother? Like, what's it?
So it's about his life.
Okay,
Basically,
okay.
like, you know what I'm saying, how he came from, his parents was like immigrants from Nigeria and went to Greece, and then they went to Greece.
It's about Giannis.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then him going, getting drafted and all that. So yeah, basically like a little life movie about him.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Hey, that's dope, man.
Yeah, for real.
Speaking on that tip, man, my boy I be seeing you traveling a lot, big dog. You know what I'm saying? I see you, take trips to Portugal. I seen you been to Cabo, Saint Tropez. What started the traveling? Like, you just like traveling, or is that a part of the job? That's a part of the business? Like, what influenced the traveling lifestyle?
I'm gonna be real with you, bro. It really started back in school. You know how they used to tell you, you read, like, if you read about a certain place, you can imagine you there. So that's what really kind of got my itch to like travel. You know what I'm saying? And then it just kind of went from there. Okay, now I can maybe do business. You know what I'm saying? And then it just kind of just grew from there. Like I just like traveling, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it just went from there.
How was some of these places? Tell us about your experience in Portugal.
Portugal was cool. I mean, the what you call them, the little immigration people or whatever, they was a little bit, they was kind of weird, but other than that, like the culture, the food, like I had a good time. I also went to Cape Verde, which is actually in Africa, but it's on like the islands, like near like Senegal and all them. Like that was dope. Like where else did I go? I went to the Bahamas this summer too.
I seen that one.
Yeah,
What they like over there in the Bahamas, man?
They like that. And I went to the DR too. Now the DR, I'm not gonna lie.
You been to the DR?
Yeah, I'm a big advocate for the DR. The women, they like that, bro.
My boy said he an advocate. He advocate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how it's going. Nah, that's love, man. It's always good to get out and see the world, man, because we can't see but so much from our backyard. I want everybody in the community to get out, man. Travel some, do a little something.
Right.
Now, I seen your YouTube page also. You got a lot of different tips, vlogs, tricks, advice.
Right.
I seen one big thing you said was you live by the 2 B's. Get your body right and get your bag right.
Right.
Expound a little bit on KATV for the people, what the 2 B's are.
Yeah, so the 2 B's, as my boy said, man, getting your body right and getting your bag right. I just feel as though, I'm speaking from like a male perspective. Like, you got those 2 things right. Like in life, like you really just can't go wrong. Like everything else really gonna come. Like, you got the bag, you got your money right, you got your finance right, you trying to get your credit score up, you trying to, just make a way in this world.
Right.
And if you physically fit, then that's gonna get your mind right. Everything else gonna kind of flow. And then anything else you want to do, you know, entrepreneur wise, like it's just gonna come, you know.
Now, for those who may not have one, you know what I'm saying? What if you got your bag right, but your body ain't right? You know what I'm saying? What about them?
That's when balance got to come in. So
They can still get on there, you know what I'm saying? They can still push P?
Yeah, they still got a chance. They still got a chance
Okay.
because they got something to work with, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, when both of them at their highest peak, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, even with the bag, it's still health as well. You know what I'm saying? You need that. You want to be healthy to be able to spend your bread and, you know, live and travel and all that. So, but yeah, they still got a chance for sure. Now, if you ain't got neither one, I can't front like you.
Now, what if you got the body right, but she ain't got the bag?
You still got a chance. Money
You know
come and go. You got a chance.
They pushing P?
yeah, they pushing P.
Okay.
They got a chance. They got a chance.
Okay. My boy said there's still some hope out there, man. There's still some hope.
Nah, for sure.
Now, I see you also be doing, you know, commercials, ads. I see you done work with Levi. Tell me a little bit about how you linked up with Levi.
Yeah, so Levi, man, that came about. So you know how, I don't know if you're familiar with how like Boohoo do their stuff. Like you can, you know, apply to be a model, certain stuff. Yeah, so basically what it is, like you can kind of apply to be a model. Obviously, you got to have like a certain amount of followers, engagement, and all that. And you can just kind of be a brand ambassador.
Free game. We're going to clip this. Go ahead.
So that's how the Levi thing kind of came about, you know what I'm saying? And those jeans you see me, you know, have on, you know, it was like some classic cut jeans that they gave me. So, you know what I'm saying? That's how the shoe came about. And yeah, man, the rest is history. Yeah.
One more time, you know, we just dropped some free game for the listeners. You feel me? You said it was called Boohoo?
Yeah, Boohoo Man.
Boohoo Man.
Yeah,
okay.
So if you want to become like a brand ambassador, you just got to hit them up. But like I said, they're going to check out your socials, see if, you know what I'm saying, if you already got like a little, you know, motion, then they're going to kind of go from there and be like, all right, we're going to bring you on board. And
but you got to already have some motion.
Yeah, you got to have some motion. So that's why I tell you, your social media is your resume, man.
Gotcha.
Real, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And you been tapped into that. My boy be going crazy on the socials, man. Now I see you also have been featured in other things as well, music videos.
Right.
You were featured in a video with, I believe, Melanie Music.
Yeah, Melanie. Okay. So they kind of like Flowetry. You know what I'm saying? They got that type of feel. Like they out in the UK. That was dope.
That was UK?
Yeah, that was in the UK. That was in London. Shit. Yeah.
My boy B got networking out there.
Yep. So that
gotta
was
get like you.
Yeah, so that was with Melonix. That was dope. You know what I'm saying? Good experience. You know what I'm saying? I was like the love interest in that. So that was cool. It's a vibe. You know, good connections. And, you know, we made it do what it do.
Okay. What's up with you and you feel me, Melody Music? You know what I'm saying? Y'all made any other connections? You feel me?
Nah, we ain't made no other connections. I think they got
Okay.
So, you know,
we
it was
gonna
just
respect it. We respect it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I see you was also featured on a movie. You also do, you know, acting, of course.
Right.
So I see you've been featured on a movie called, I believe, No Choice.
Yeah. So No Choice, yeah. So that was in the UK as well. Like a short series.
So you had just a run in the UK for real. Like, how long was you over there?
Yeah, I mean, altogether, I was in the UK for like probably 6.5 years. And I just recently came back to the States the last few months.
Hey, that's a message, man. Get out, you know what I'm saying? Some of the best opportunities don't come from your backyard.
Right.
I got to get out, man. But my bad.
So, you good.
No choice.
You good. So, yeah, it was just like a short series. At the time, I think it only had reached to like Hulu.
Okay.
At that time, but yeah, short series. I played a dad in that, and I don't know if you probably seen that scene where I had to choke my lady out, but that's not me in real life. That was just, you know what I'm saying, that was just for the show, man.
Bruh said, this is not that. You know what I'm saying? This is not that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, trying to wind down. I know we on a little crunch for time and whatnot. Right. I see you was also featured on multiple things to do with, of course, basketball. You said you come from a basketball background. I don't know why you was featured on the basketball ad, man. You know what I'm saying? My boy couldn't never hoop like that for real, bro. I remember they was giving you buckets in high school, bro.
Right.
Nah, I just fucking with you. But nah, the basketball commercial as well. Right. Tell me how that came about.
I'm trying to remember which one we talking. You talking about the one where I was I think I did something. I think I know the moves you talking about.
Yeah.
So that came about. That guy that filmed that, he was like his company's like it was a startup company.
Right.
So he kind of found me on this site, which is another thing that y'all should be doing too on any acting and modeling sites, because you got to keep marketing yourself. It's just like a regular 9 to 5. Like if you want
Mhm.
to stay booked and busy, put your resume up there. So he found me. I ain't even found him.
Gotcha.
And we worked it out, and that's how that came about. But it was fun though. That was back in the UK too, by the way. So,
Okay, my
yeah.
boy just let this be a testament.
Right.
You feel me? Go ahead and travel,
Nah,
bro.
for sure.
Get out. You know what I'm saying? Music artists. You know what I'm saying? There's way more popular places than in your
Right.
home city that's
Right,
gonna
right.
show you love, man. Y'all gots to get out, man. Brief intermission, brief commercial break. You know what I'm saying? We back live on Carolina Active. Now we was diving into the YouTube, man. You be having some very interesting topics.
Right.
You got different advice to the men, dating,
Right.
traveling, fitness, working out.
Right.
I noticed I had jumped from a few topics myself. You got things like how to make women fall in love. I think
for
it
sure.
was.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? What be
yeah.
making you come up with, like, where do you draw this info from? Is it just personal experience?
Yeah.
Is this just things you passionate about? Like,
Yeah, it's definitely personal experience, and it's just like when you see certain things, it's like, man, I gotta, like, obviously I know people speak on these topics every day, but like from your perspective, you just like, I gotta speak on this. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of times in this society and the way things change, and like when it came to that, at least that subject about making a woman fall in love, like it's changed from like how my parents or my grandparents might say they made somebody fall in love. Like it's a whole different era.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like if I can give anybody advice, whether they older or younger than me, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna just try to get the tips that kind of work for me. And more importantly, like most of those videos, as far as the women, in my perspective, on like a positive note, is based on women outside of the US. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to give you game on. If you travel, if that's what you like, that's what you want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, those certain things that you can do.
I feel you. You gotta experience some different women, man.
Right.
Everybody not gonna treat you like them US. You feel me? It be like that. So you said if you could do just a quick rundown on and put the YouTube video into a summary, how do you make a woman fall in love in 30 seconds?
So in 30 seconds, how you do make a woman fall in love, definitely, eye contact for sure.
Okay.
And the eye contact is gonna make them feel comfortable. Like even if they like, nah, I don't really wanna, you can't get my number. It's like, okay, love, like cool. And then if y'all do get that far, everything kind of goes well. Like y'all might be dating, like sense of touch. Like women like a sense of touch. They might be going through something. You know what I'm saying? Flowers, the simple stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of goes a long way. Like women, believe it or not, like simple things. You know what I'm saying?
The little
like,
things.
You know
count.
what I'm saying? It'd be the little stuff. Like, dang, he really made sure that I made it to work safe. You know what I'm saying? Or he made sure that I ate lunch today, or just little stuff like that, man. So
paying attention to detail.
Yeah, attention to details, because they gonna bring it up.
Yeah,
if you don't do it. So
I like that. That. I'm gonna give you another one while we on these popcorn topics. You feel me? We got 30 seconds on women having accountability. Expound a little bit on that.
All right, so 30 seconds. All right, so accountability for a woman or a woman. Most women, and like I said, I ain't dissing, but most women don't take accountability. But it's not all their fault, because they've been brought up that a man he's supposed to do whatever. If I say open this door, he gonna do it. If I say do this, but I can still act the way I want to act. So definitely in 2025, a lot of women don't hold themselves accountable. They'll tell you what you not doing. But the minute you try to put them in their place and tell them they not doing something, that's when, you know what I'm saying?
Big bad wolf.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Then that's when you done did something wrong. So I just feel like if women could get back to just being accountable, men too for sure, but if women can get back to being accountable, like I feel like things kind of go a certain way, because men don't get no slack.
Nah,
like,
not at all.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, definitely like when it comes to accountability, man, like women gotta get better, bro. They got
How do we change the narrative? What you think?
I think the narrative got to change with the mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't dissing nobody, but that city girl mentality got us like stop.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Like that's the first thing. Like don't just look at a man as money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, excuse me, you should be looking more at a man as like, okay, yeah, providing is one thing, but like what else can this man do? Because there's a lot of dudes that can provide, but they can't protect, they don't respect you.
Right.
They don't look after your well-being. You know what I'm saying? So stop basing everything around money. You know, like start basing everything about how somebody treats you and how they talk to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's a fact, man. Yeah. Got to get rid of that city girls, you know, mentality.
Right.
Now, I also know you are a big fitness. You are very big into fitness, health, and wealth.
Right.
You know, for someone that's having trouble getting back on their journey. They might not be the biggest person, physically. They might just got a little pudge, little Gucci belly. You know what I'm saying? For someone that's having trouble finding motivation, how do you find motivation in taking that first step to go to the gym? Like,
I'm gonna be real. I had this conversation with somebody a few days ago. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no uncle nothing, but it's some of the YNs I see on social media. You know what I'm saying? It's dudes that's like 20, 21. You know what I'm saying? They got their body right, their mind right. They getting stuff that I probably just only got maybe 2-3 years ago, but they getting it at 19, 20, 21.
okay.
So that kind of keep me on my toes. It's like, okay, if the young boys can get it, you know what I'm saying, and stay right, like I gotta be that much more, you know what I'm saying, on top of my game. And I think another thing that keep me on my toes is I can't be talking this if I ain't living it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
you gotta be the proof, man.
I gotta be the proof. So that keep me on my goals. Like I gotta stay in shape. I ain't got no excuses, you know?
You ever been a trainer?
Yeah, I did a little bit of that, like back in the UK too. But I'll be real, I only train women, big dogs. Unless it's like somebody, like a dude that's gonna listen, because I don't have some bad experience with dudes be like, man, I ain't gotta do it this way. I don't got, okay. Yeah. But the women, I don't have no problems. Everything be just smooth. So yeah, I strictly, for the most part, I just train women, bro.
I definitely overstand, fam. I definitely overstand. I couldn't see me doing no type of Pilates, yoga, nothing, touching no man. Cool, you feel me? I'd rather touch some curves.
Yeah.
No cap. Sure. So real quick, I know we a little past time, but we good. I talk to my peoples and whatnot. For the ladies out there looking, man, Energy Eli, what we got going on? We single? What's status? You feel me?
Man, it's, I got a situation, but it ain't nothing solidified. But at the same time, your boy's still a free agent for the moment.
Okay, so, free agency.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my Bron. You know what I'm saying? what was it? 2011 at the Boys and Girls Club in LA. I'm on that.
Yeah. Turn up. He on that tight time. Yeah. So when was the last solid relationship, if you don't mind?
My last solid relationship, probably like coming up, probably like a year and a half.
Year and a half ago?
Yeah.
And how long that was?
Yeah, we was together probably like 3.5, going on 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my last little situation. But, at the moment, like I said, got a little yeah. She know who she is, but, at the moment, like I said, we still on that free agency tip, just in case.
Okay. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it, player. Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with it, my boy. So continuing on, man, you done did commercials, man. We done traveled. We done seen islands. We done been to DR with the Spanish freaks.
Right.
Bro, what's next, bro? Like, what else can we do?
Man, all right. So what's next? Also, I just recently started my sports agency. You know what I'm saying? My boy over here, he gonna be one of my scouts as well. So that's the next big thing. I should be heading to like Brazil probably in the next month or so, getting a sponsorship deal over there with the agency and all of that.
That boy in Brazil too.
Yeah, so that's what we looking at.
Y'all gotta step y'all game up, man. Local actors and models. If you ain't been to at least 3-4 places on your passport,
right,
you ain't saying nothing.
Right.
I'm saying, hey, my boy be doing it big, man. Hey, I hope the sports agency goes great, fam. I know you're going to continue to make plenty of trips, plenty of noise. Right. And, for all the future and aspiring, actors, models, even basketball players, what words do you have, what words of guidance, words of encouragement, words of wisdom do you have for those coming up in these industries and trying to get to a place like Energy Eli?
I would definitely say, number one, don't let your background or wherever you grew up, like, determine where you're going to go. And life changes, things changes. Like, don't be afraid to like be smart either. Like, you can still be cool, you can still be you, but don't be afraid to be like, oh, they're gonna think I'm lame because I'm getting this amount of grades in school or getting this type of attention, because the world's changing, bro. Like, low key, the nerds winning.
Always. You know Bitcoin, crypto.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
They the ones with the M's.
They the ones with the M's. So like, I would definitely say, man, like, get into that. Like, you could be a street dude and still had knowledge, bro. Like, the real old school street dudes, they had that knowledge. They were the ones that had the businesses, that had the, okay, if this does happen, like, all right, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So they was the ones that was investing in the right time. So I would definitely say, like, looking into that and keep your nose clean, bro. Like, it's a big world out here, man. Get a passport. Like, travel, bro. It's gonna open your eyes, bro.
Get out and see the world.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit show.
Right.
Anywhere next on the roster? You know what? Any upcoming vacations this year?
Besides Brazil, I ain't gonna cap. I think I'm definitely going back to the DR.
My boy can't stay away.
Besides that, I probably will, I'm definitely sliding back to the UK.
Okay.
Obviously, but other than that, man, I'm kind of like free, man. I'm more of a tropical dude though, so I like my tropical islands.
Yeah.
Like I might hit Greece once it warm up a little bit, but for the most part, like I stick to the islands, man. I like the islands, bro. That's my type vibe. So
I definitely feel it, man. I definitely feel it. Hey, that's our time, man. It's been a good time, man. Hey, to all my future and aspiring models, actors, actresses, if you ain't get nothing from this episode, I tell y'all, man, get out and travel, man. Get out the crib, get out your backyard. Stop being scared to get out the city. Be like my boy Energy Eli. Hit an island, get your little Spanish freak, and it's gonna work out. Right, I promise you. This has been KATV, everybody.
Welcome to service. Sit down. The Black Jazz.
There you go. This has been KATV. Took me a little second to get the sound effect.
Hit me up.
But we got my boy Energy Eli.
We give black men a place to be seen, a place to be heard. Sometimes I